everybody, welcome back to the channel. Happy Hump Day Wednesday. It is the end of August, so you know what that means. For those who are new to the channel, welcome. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you have not at the end of this video. And welcome back to everybody who continues to tune in from week to week. It's the end of the month, so that means the reveal of the subscriber pick for the month of August. Before I jump into it, head on over to the community tab. Over here on the channel, I have the last 3 patterns from Simplicity. This is the pattern and focus for those who are new. Every quarter I choose, in every month of that particular quarter, I choose a commercial pattern company to focus on. The whole purpose and premise of this is so I can work through my commercial pattern stash. And so it's been going really well. We are in our second round. And so this is the second time we've done Simplicity. Last year was the first year. And so now we're in Simplicity, but we're wrapping up in the month of September. I have selected 3 new Simplicity patterns. Head on over to the community tab and choose those. You will notice that a lot of my Simplicity are Mimi G, because I have purchased a lot of Mimi G Simplicity patterns over the years. And so I believe, yeah, there are 2 and 1 non Mimi G, but I have included a couple that I think will be good transitional items into fall. Although, you guys, it's hot. I'm in Texas, I'm in the Houston area, and so it's gonna be hot over here for quite some time until like November. It's gonna be hot, but so I'm still kind of in the sewing summer sewing mood, but that's okay. We are going to roll with it, and I will continue to make my warm weather pieces until I feel like, okay, I'm ready to kind of transition into, you know, something I can wear in fall all year round, that type thing. So this one is, oh, let me grab the pattern and the instructions. So this is Simplicity 9689. And let me just say, for clarity, I am wearing Simplicity, the sister pattern to this, 9688. And this is the jacket here. And this was last year when I first did the whole pattern and focus. This was one that was chosen last year. So the playlist for all of the Simplicity patterns that I have sewn will pop up at the end of this video, and you will see this, but I'll also make sure it pops up in the iCard so you can check out the full review on Simplicity 9688. Absolutely love it. You guys remember I finished it off with Bias Binding on the inside. But anyway, so let's jump over to the vest. The vest, you guys. Okay, this whole pattern, I will say I did not do a sew along for this. Sometimes I try to look and see if a sew along is out there. I did not check. If I get a chance to check during the recording of this video, I'll put it on the screen if I saw a sew along for the vest. But I initially didn't see a sew along for this one. But let me just get into the pattern. You guys, this one is really easy. I think it will take you between 2 to 3 hours to do. Yes, it is fully lined, but there's not a lot of pattern pieces. There's only 6 because you do have the lining. For this particular one, also, again, there was the main fabric, the pattern calls for it to be interfaced. And, you know, I just did a Vogue pattern that had the lining and the main fabric interface, which I thought was a bit much. But for this to have the main fabric interface, I thought was fine, because it did not ask for you to go ahead and also interface the lining. So that was fine. Now, remember I said I wanted to do some shorts because I never had any intentions. I wasn't drawn to either of the patterns for the pants, but always the vest, always the jacket. So you're gonna see how I struggle with styling this one, and you're gonna see it in a moment when I pop up the video and pictures. But just to get into the size that I made, one thing I should have done was gone up a size to a size, I cut out a size 24W. The 24W gives you a, I am 45 sitting at 39. I'm working on it. And then 52. Well, because I was thinking this was high up, I didn't really take the hip into consideration, and I should have at least gone up to a size 20. I think if I went to a 26 or 28, I believe the fit across the back would have been better. You'll see in the clip how I feel like it's just pulling just a little bit there, back there. The front feels fine. And yeah, so I should have really cut out a larger size. Again, that was me not paying attention. I should have just went up to the 28 because their hip is a 52. My high hip is also a 52, but with the ease in it, I just think the bottom of the vest would have just fit a little bit better. But that's okay. It still fits fine. And obviously it's definitely wearable. So far as, and that's the size pack I got the size pack that goes from 20W to a 28W. So that is the size pack that I have. I will say one of the things is it does not, you all know I prefer princess seams in blouses and stuff like, it doesn't matter, dresses. I just like princess seams because I think you can get kind of fiddle around with the fit a little bit to get the fit how you want. But this one has darts that go from the waist up, and it is a pretty deep dart. Here's the front pattern piece. So as you can tell, it goes up pretty high, and so which I like. And you can do a tissue fit if you were wondering about worried about where the where that would hit on your apex, the top, or how close it will come to your apex area. But so yeah, it's very super easy to sew up. I found the instructions very, very easy. I did not do the welt pockets on the front. I'm not a huge fan of welt pockets, so I had no intentions on doing them, and I did not do the welt pockets on the front. And so I picked up, I started with step 1 and 2, and then I jumped over to step 7, which then has you putting the ties on. So super easy. Make sure you have your buckle. Now I didn't check before I started working on this, but I have a lot of handbag hardware up there up top. You can't see it, but so I had a buckle to go ahead and put on here. But make sure you got your buckle, and also make sure you mark all of the markings, especially around the side. Let me see if I can turn Lady Dane here. Especially on the side back, there is a split back there. You want to make sure you start and stop in the right spot so you get a nice little V back there and it meets properly. I will say how they have you finish off the vest after the lining and the main fabric is sewn together, I absolutely like. And so that is, if you go over, because it's not that many steps, it's only 17 steps for this, and I eliminated what, four of those steps. And so it's not a lot of steps to finish this off. This is like soup. That's what I mean. It's super duper easy to finish. When you get to step number 15, you might be a little confused in how to finish off the inside, because once they have you stitch around all of the neckline, the bottom, the front, the bottom of the vest in the back, the armhole, but they have you leave the side seams on the lining as well as the main fabric open. And so that's how you turn it through. And so I'm gonna pop up a video here. Once you turn it through, after you've turned it through and everything is right side out, what they want you to do is then stitch the inside of the outer part of the jacket first. And then once you do that, and you start that stitching an inch above the arm side and an inch below the bottom where everything connects, matches up beautifully. I absolutely love them. I'm actually going to have to try to remember this technique for sewing other garments, other pieces like this that's similar to this. But at any rate, once you have all of that sewn together, you start an inch above the arm side, go all the way down, and then once it's time to finish off the inside, their suggestion is you go ahead and you press your seams in and then you slip stitch. No, I have not graduated, you guys, to hand stitching things at least like that. I'm just not there yet. So I did not do that. I went ahead and used my machine, and as you can tell, I did use snaps. So let me finish my thought here on the inside. So once I finished her on the inside, I just love the way this came out. I used self fabric for the lining in the back, and I had just enough of this pink lining, which I used inside of this to finish off to line the front pieces. But you will notice I did not slip stitch. I just went ahead and stitched her clothes on my machine. I know those of you who love to hand stitch probably cringe, but that's the way I decided to do it and wanted to do it. The other thing I did was used snaps for the front. And the only thing is, it's like ever so slightly off. I thought I was really paying attention to making sure that no part of the snap was hanging over, and the top two are the bottom is sitting perfect, but the top two, I was like, ugh! And obviously with utility snaps, it's not impossible to get them out, but it's impossible to get them out. You have to go through all kind of rigmarole, drills and all of that. We're not doing that. Y'all remember I did that once in my life, and I said I will never do it again, and I'm not. So these snaps are not sitting exactly where I wanted to, but they're fine. It works. Now, the reason I decided to do snaps, I struggled with styling. Before I finished it, I was going back and forth. Before I added either the buttons or the snaps, I was going back and forth in how I wanted to style it. And I was like, ooh, if I put buttons on it that go, because I have some buttons that would really help this to stand out. They were colorful buttons to go on here. I was like, but I want to be able to wear the vest with other items. And so I was like, nah, let me just put snaps on the front here, because then I feel like I can style it with jeans, maybe a jean skirt of some sort. And I need to give this another good press. It's not looking as flat as I want it. But at any rate, but the piece to that, after I made that decision, I wasn't thinking, I actually should have, let's see, she kind of sitting up there, okay. I should have stabilized, even considering the buttons, even buttons. One thing I would suggest, if I can get the words out, is your piece, you'll see the piece marked on the pattern where this is supposed to overlap. I would say for that area, and Lady Dane not acting right, come on, there you go. I would suggest for that area on the pattern, for your main fabric and for the lining, is stabilize that area with interfacing. Interface that area, whether because to me, unless you use outer fabric, something heavier, you really need more stability behind, I think, buttonholes or snaps. And so for me, I was thinking, ooh, I don't know how much I'm gonna be snapping and unsnapping these. I don't know. I need to be careful because it's not stabilized, and I don't want the snaps pulling through, or if I pull it and then it pull the snap out or something like that. So that's the only thing that I would definitely suggest, is whether you're doing buttons or whether you decide to do snaps, is on the main fabric and on the lining, stabilize that whole area that has to overlap, just to give it a little bit more stability up underneath there. And yeah, and I think it'll be fine. But overall, absolutely love it. I said I wanted to make shorts out of this to go with. Now, maybe once the shorts are made, I might be okay, but I almost feel like it was just too much. I feel like it was almost too much with the vest, the jacket, and then I was like, and then I put on some shorts because it looked like too much with what I wore, and you'll see it in the video. And I'm thinking, I think I'll be fine still with this in shorts, because I am going to make them in shorts. I'm going to share with you the pattern I want to use, but I don't think I'm going to wear the vest with it, because I don't know. It just wasn't, it just felt like too much of something. And so I don't know what it is. Can't put my finger on it. Maybe you can help me out. But I am still going to use the fabric for shorts. But what I decided to do, because the vest, you all know this was linen, and so I had 2 pieces of linen. I can't even remember off the top of my head where I got this linen from, but I had a cut, and then I had yardage, extra yardage, and so I was able to use the cut that I have to do this, and then to do the lining back I used all of that cut for that, and I only needed to cut the front out of the yardage, but I still have a lot of this left, and I still have more of this, which is the Ankara that I made the jacket out of. So what I have decided to do, because this is on my sewing list this month, or for September, I am going to make the Friday Pattern Company, the Seguro set, and I'll pop it up on the screen. What I wanted to do is, I had already thought of this, I wanted to use the pants from this pattern to make some shorts out of linen, and then I wanted the top out of linen. And so I was like, oh, I should have enough of this linen to do that. But I was like, okay, I can do the shorts in the Ankara, and so from this pattern, and I was like, okay, let's see, I might. There's another short pattern. I have changed my mind, you guys, like a million times on which pattern I want to use for these shorts, but my head is stuck on definitely doing the Seguro set in linen and giving the shorts a try. But yeah, I don't know, I might go with this other pattern I was thinking about instead for this. We shall see. But anyway, so that's what I decided to do, and because I was flopping back and forth, obviously did not leave myself time to figure that out prior to doing the video. So, but that's it. That is the Simplicity vest. I absolutely love it, and so super easy to sew up. Again, my only big tip is stabilize. Put extra stabilization behind. Use your interfacing, maybe some horsehair or something to go behind, to fuse directly to the lining and the main fabric for that section that needs buttons, and or if you decide to use snaps, just to make sure that it, you know, the longevity, you want it to last a while. And so I will have to be careful, and like I say, it may just be that I wear mine open just so I don't, you know, keep tugging on that area. But yeah, that's it. You would have seen the pictures and everything. Like I said, I'm not overly with the styling. I don't have anything at the bottom to wear with this, so that's probably what my struggle was. And so obviously this vest will look super cute with the shorts from the Seguro set, and wearing a cute top or a basic tank or something like that, or a cute basic tee underneath would be super cute. And so that's probably, I'm thinking how I will wear this, with basic tees underneath. I could see a pussy bow blouse up underneath, but I don't wear a ton of those for a more dressier look. But I'm thinking simple tees will probably look nice up underneath a nice scoop neck one, or a square neck tee type top would look nice up under here. I wouldn't wear a V-neck because this already has the V, and I usually don't typically do the double V's on me, but anyway, let me know what you think. That is it. We are at the end of August. Again, head on over to the community tab and select the next simplicity pattern, the last one for this quarter. That will be the one that will sew up in September, and of course in September I'll let you know which one was chosen. And yeah, that is basically it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've made it. If you've made this, do you agree that it's super easy to make? Because it really is. Trust me, it really is super easy to make. But that is it for today. Thank you everybody. And for the members, don't forget you had a video that should have gone up yesterday. The day you're seeing this should have been the day before. And stay tuned for Sunday is the sewing buzz. I haven't the slightest idea what I'm talking about, and yeah, we're gonna figure it out. Yeah, I'll figure it out. All right everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today, and we'll see you on Sunday. Bye.